Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So if you've been here before, you probably know the drill. I just tend to do like 2 weekly making vlogs of all the projects that I'm working on, and this jumper that I'm wearing I have literally just taken fresh off the blocking mat. So this is what I was working on in the previous vlog. So this is Knit in Drops Air, which I hadn't used before, but it's so nice. And yeah, it's just got these like long wide sleeves. These I did stretch loads in the blocking. It's just got like this folded over neck, and then I don't know if you can really see, it's got like a European shoulder construction and then like a drop shoulder. But you may be wondering what this little blocking pin is doing in the front. When it was on the blocking mats, I don't even know how I missed it before, but I realised that I must have dropped a stitch up here somewhere. So I think, yeah, this is even before I connected like in the round for the body. So I do need to sew that in, and like honestly I have not sewn in any of my ends or anything. I have just put this on to see if it was gonna fit, because basically I was really worried about the sleeves getting long enough. So I didn't do any decreases in these sleeves. This is just straight down from the shoulder, and before blocking they were literally like here, like they were pretty much wrist swinging on me. So I really blocked them, but I still wasn't 100% sure. I just sort of went with like a random measurement. I think I blocked these maybe like 3 inches longer than what they originally were. But yeah, so I just wanted to try this on to see if the sleeves were long enough, or if I was gonna have to rip out the cuff and knit some more length, because I did Italian cast off on this. It's all 1x1 rib, and then the body rib, if you can see, it's also just really thin, because this jumper's so like drapey and flowy. I just sort of wanted like a small rib. But yeah, because I did Italian cast off, it was a nightmare in this yarn. It was so bad. Like, this yarn is so lovely to knit, and it's really lovely to wear as well, although I guess the wear test will be how bad it peels. But yeah, the sewn cast off was a struggle, low-key, because this yarn is so fluffy. If you can imagine, like if you've ever had to like frog mow hair or anything, it sticks to itself so much and it tangled so much that, I mean, the body was worth, obviously it's the whole circumference of the jumper. The sleeves were more manageable, but basically there's no way I could have undone this, so I was gonna have to cut through the rib, pick up from the bottom of the stockinette, sew more stockinette, re-knit the rib, recast off, which I really didn't want to do, and then basically reblock. So yeah, I am happy that this all worked out. I feel like the only thing is this does maybe bunch a little bit on the seams, not loads, but yeah, I guess that's just what you get for this type of jumper construction. But anyway, I just wanted to check in because I've been working on some new projects. So normally I do Sunday to Sunday, and then, you know, as soon as I finish the last vlog I will start the next one. However, it's currently Tuesday after work. It's just been, honestly, the weather has been so miserable here in the UK. Like, it has literally rained every day. It's getting dark really early. I just haven't had the chance. But yeah, I've started 2 new projects which I am really excited about. So the first one is another project for myself, we love. So this is knit in 2 strands of the Drops alpaca only, and basically that is the back. This is gonna start off as a raglan. I feel like as well this neck looks very high, but my intention is that essentially some of this rib is gonna sit like lower, so it's gonna kind of more be like a bit of a mock neck. But yeah, this is obviously held double, so this is what she's looking like. I can't remember the exact colour or number, but this is, I think, the dark pink colour. There's like, I think there's like maybe 4 different shades of pink in the alpaca. I originally ordered a different one and just did not love it on me. Sent that back, got this one, but I was still looking for a light pink, so that's why we went with the Air. But yes, this is going to start off as a raglan, and basically as it goes down the body, I've got a little bit of a different construction that I want to do for the actual like body portion. So it's just going to have normal sleeves, and then yeah, the body is where like the fun stuff is going to happen, I hope. Anyway, we'll see sort of how that actually pans out. But yeah, I'm really excited about this piece actually. Also, like, I don't know what's got me in the mood for all this pink, because I actually don't think I own any pink clothing, to be honest, until I started doing these. But yeah, I originally was going to do this in this sort of colour pink, but the yarn just wasn't the right tone for me, I guess. So yeah, not really too much to say about this. It's just 1x1 rib on the neck. I was gonna do twisted rib, and then basically because I feel like there's going to be quite a big portion of rib on the body and it's going to be knit back and forth, I basically decided that I could not be bothered to knit that much twisted rib back and forth. I don't even mind doing twisted rib on the knit stitches, it's on the purl stitches when you have to like come in from behind, that's just not as fun. But I think the 1x1 still looks really nice, and I am knitting this at quite a tight gauge, so I did do some swatches and I was torn between a 4 and a 4.5 for the stockinette, and I knew in my heart I wanted to go with the 4, but my hands were like, please go for the 4.5, but we did go for a 4 in the end. So the rib is in 3mm, so this yarn held single recommended needle size is a 3, and I'm holding it double doing rib with a 3. So this, well, I can sort of show you up close, this is quite a snug little gauge, but I just felt like the 4.5 was, don't get me wrong, like it wasn't see-through to look at, but I just feel like it was a little bit like too easy to pull, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is just tighter, but I think it's looking really nice. So yeah, this is the first one, and you'll probably see me working on some more of this through the video. The second one, this is the start of one of my Christmas gift knits. So I have mentioned a couple of times in various videos, I knit my boyfriend a jumper for Christmas, not last Christmas but the Christmas before, and this year he has requested another one. So I basically gave him August as the deadline and was like, if you want something you have to let me know by August, sort of thing. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with one of these ends has just got a bit tangled in the cable. There we go. So this is going to be knit using, this is the Let Loopy from Istex, or Loopy, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but we saw some of this in Denmark and they didn't have enough in the shop, but he had his mind set that this was the yarn we were using, so I actually ordered this from Warehouse. It's an Icelandic yarn, so she is scratchy, like it's sort of hard to describe. I would say that mohair is itchy, but this is scratchy, like it feels really dry. Like I can't knit on this project for as long as I would knit on, say, like something like the Air, because it actually hurts my like finger that I tension the yarn on, because it is just so dry. It's almost like friction burn sort of thing. But he likes it, so we're going with it. But yeah, it's definitely rustic, so if you are sensitive, I really do not think that you will like this yarn. But basically this is going to be a raglan as well, just top down. So obviously I have only got really as far as this is obviously the neck. It is folded over 1x1 rib, and then basically the body is all going to be 2x2. So see if I can put a photo on the screen. I made myself a jumper using the Drops Daisy and Drops Kid Silk mohair, which is in like a sort of cobalt blue colour, which is all 2x2 rib. So it's sort of going to have that overall look with the increased points being a knit, and then the other stitches come down from it. Apart from, obviously that's quite continuous, like the neckline goes into the body and then into the cuffs, and there's no sort of separate neck, cuffs, hem, etc. This is gonna have that with the 1x1, so it does give it a bit of a separation, so it is almost like they are separate pieces, even though obviously they are all knit together. But yeah, I'm happy with how this is coming out so far. I mean, this literally looks like nothing currently, but apart from obviously the jumper that I made him before, I don't think I've ever really made any other like men's garments, so this is going to be a bit of a learning curve for me. I'm currently doing the German short rows on the back neck, but yeah, like I said, really hardly any at all. So obviously just take you along for the next 2 weeks and show you sort of how we get along with these projects. And to be honest, I'll probably be starting some other Christmas gift things as well, maybe even sewing wise, because we really need to get going on them, because I hate when they pile up in December. I feel like it takes the fun out of it. So yeah, I need to also fix this stitch, so I will check back in with you probably another day and see where we're at with these. Good morning. It is, well, it's morning for me. It is Thursday. I normally work Thursdays, but this week I'm working Saturday. So today I thought I would take myself into town. I need to really need to get some hair dye. I'm conflicted whether to keep going pink or to go back brown. Currently I'm like having dilemmas just because the maintenance is a lot, like having to dye it pretty frequently. But I did like overnight curls in my hair like 2 or 3 nights ago, so this is just how she has ended up. But I also thought that I would maybe like just do a little bit of charity shopping, just like literally take a day to myself, because normally like on my days off I'm just like at home like knitting, working on things, which, don't get me wrong, is like lovely, but this is the first day in like 2 weeks that it's not absolutely pissing it down with rain as well. Like it's really cold, like it has suddenly gotten really cold here. I think it's like 11 or 12 degrees right now. Like 2 weeks ago it was like 22, 23. So yeah, it's cold, but it is actually like blue skies, it's sunny. So yeah, we're gonna actually go out and do something in the real world. But I thought I'd quickly update. I feel like I haven't made like too much progress on this. So this is obviously my boyfriend's Christmas jumper. This is in the Let Loopy. I feel like I really love this colour. I think it is such a nice navy. I feel like it's kind of got like sort of tealy like undertones, but yeah, you can sort of actually see it like taking shape now. So obviously it's a raglan, it's 2x2 rib gonna be all over, and then 1x1 for all the collars and stuff. I feel like I have maybe spoken about the design of this, so I won't get too much into it, but yeah, I really like how this looks. I don't love so much to knit on it. This yarn does hurt my hands a smidge after a while because it's quite scratchy, but it's really dry. Like I don't know how else to describe it. So it is not the nicest thing to be tensioning in your hands, but I've just been trying to work on this like a bit at a time, and like obviously on my lunch breaks and stuff. So this is how she's coming out. And I don't think I actually showed in this video, I think I did in the last one. I have been knitting my first pair of vanilla socks. So this is using the Summerly sock project book. Yeah, I've never knit socks before. This is in the opal sock yarn, but I've basically, this is like a weird stage to show it, but the like cuffs done, I've done like the heel flap, and basically I'm now doing like the decreases for the gusset. I feel like this really isn't a good way to show it, but I'm a bit concerned that this is going to be a little bit small, and I also don't have sock blockers, so this is just sort of a project I've been working on like here and there, not really in any like massive rush to finish this compared to my other projects. But yeah, I think she's looking really cute and I'm really proud of this. I have definitely gotten stuck on a couple of bits. Socks are so different from like making garments, but it's quite rewarding to like actually see it like form into like a sock shape. Like obviously this is like your heel and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I also have started making other Christmas presents, so it's been really dead at work this week, and I've sort of been able to like here and there work on some of my own projects. So I think what I'm gonna do is like nearer to Christmas, I'm gonna do a video like basically showing all the things that I've made if there's like a significant amount, but I thought I would just quickly show these here as like a little one-off, because it's sort of why I haven't been working on my other things as much, because I just wanted to get these done. But one of my nans really loves her cats, right? And I saw this fabric in Hobbycraft. I really hope that she's not watching this. I don't know if she even does watch my videos, but fingers crossed, we'll be safe here. But yeah, I found this fabric in Hobbycraft. How ridiculous are these cushion covers? They're actually so cute. I didn't put a zipper in, it's just got this like pull opening at the back. But yeah, I've just made like a pair of them. So obviously I just like cut this pattern. It just literally, the pillows I think were just 40 by 40 centimeters or like 16 by 16 inches, so these are like really simple to make. Literally the fronts, which are just all flat, just that exact measurement as a square, and then on the back basically like this crossover bit is like 2 inches, so I think this is like 6 inches, and then I think the back is 12 if I am correct, and then yeah, it's just got like this piped edge. So I don't know, I just thought they were cute, like easy to make, sort of handmade gift. But yeah, obviously I'll check in with you if I actually get anything today. If not, I'll check back in with more making stuff. I really need to have a productive like content day. I really need to film this thing that I've got going on with hobby, but my room gets sunlight like the whole way through the afternoon pretty much, so I'm just gonna wait until I come back from town to film that. So yeah, I'll update you later. Also forgot to say, I'm wearing my Rowan Island Blend Fine jumper. I don't know exactly what colourway this is. I was making it a couple of vlogs ago. But yeah, I really like this one, and I'm trying to actually wear my knits more, because I'm really bad for making things and then letting them sit like in a cupboard forever. So yeah, I'm worried it's going to be a bit cold. I might actually have to put a jacket on, but this is what she's looking like at the minute. So I'm obviously back now. I did get a couple of bits, so I thought I'd quickly show you. Just got like, you know, usual boring stuff. Hair dye. I actually bought a slightly different shade than I normally get, because I don't think I can keep my hair pink much longer. Like, these are my roots and I don't want to bleach my hair anymore, like any higher up, so I'm letting it grow out. So I feel like this is one of the last times that I'm going to be able to actually dye it. But yeah, I just got some hair dye, like makeup and stuff. Not really, I say makeup and stuff. I literally bought like a new mascara and a new eyebrow pencil. This is like the only mascara that I use. I have literally used this for years now, and I just rebuy it when it runs out. So yeah, not very exciting to be honest. But I did actually get this book from, there's like an Oxfam in my like town centre that's close by. So god, I feel like this is gonna be backwards. This is the Knitted Cable source book. So I do have a couple of books of just like knit stitches, but this one is literally, I mean, as it says, just specifically cables. So this is like the opening page. Obviously I can't really show you too much, but there's just so many different beautiful like cable combinations in here. And like obviously I did have a bit of a flick through, and it kind of looks like it basically starts off with like the basics in each sort of section, and then it kind of goes through like how to like combine them and like put them together, and then yeah, at the end it's just got like various like small patterns and stuff. I say small patterns, like I think they do have some like jumpers, but there's only literally like one or two. But I mean, yeah, some of these are insane. I mean, like, look at how stunning that is. But yeah, I feel like I can't show too much of the inside, but this was literally £5 second hand. I love finding knitting books like this. I feel like it's really affordable and you do just like learn so much from them. I also bought this fabric, which I definitely don't need. This again was from a charity shop. I think it was like maybe £4, yeah, but it's quite big. I'm not going to open it all the way. There are like a few marks on this, but basically I was thinking this would look really cute as like a bag, like a project bag. So I mean, I don't think I need the whole thing anyway, so like if the stains don't come out in the wash, I will just strategically cut around them, so I'm not really too concerned. And then got some jeans, which these for sure need a wash, and I do need to take in the waist a bit, but apart from that they're fine. And then this dress is literally going to look like nothing if I hold it up, but this is actually the first thing that I bought today. It's also inside out because I tried it on. It's like this black like ruffled top. I can't even get it around the right way. Just basically like kind of dress. Yeah, so obviously the top's like a V. This strap like ties up over the back. It has like a long back as well, and then the bottom's just kind of flowy. I feel like I am gonna cut this a little bit shorter because I am quite short, and this like hits my knees, which I just don't think is like a flattering length, but it is absolutely no stress because the edges are just like baby locked. But I basically figured out a way to do that on the overlocker at work, so I'm sure that I'll be able to figure it out on my overlocker. But yeah, she is cute, so really, yeah, that's all I got, to be honest. Still managed to spend like a fair bit of money today. Like literally I went into Superdrug, got the hair dye, mascara, that eyebrow pencil, and then I haven't tried this before, but it's like a frizz serum thing, but that was like nearly £30 for those 4 things, so that kind of scared me a little bit low-key. But yeah, I really need to film my Denmark yarn haul now. That'll have been up before this video, but yeah, we'll see what I'm up to later. So it's now Friday. I obviously have freshly dyed my hair, and yeah, I'm so glad that this is like done now, because honestly it's just such a faff. Okay, that's the blinds fixed. So yeah, obviously did my hair, and then I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like I've had a really productive day yesterday and this morning, but it's honestly just been like a lot of content stuff, so it's not really anything that I can like show. Obviously I've got the videos that I'm doing for hobby, so I was working on that yesterday and I need to finish that off this afternoon, and just like editing like random bits of like taking Instagram photos. But I finished, well, obviously I took this off the blocking mats the other day. I sat and weaved in all of my ends last night, not even just the cuff ones, like also the ones on the inside, so I'm a little bit proud of myself for that. I also obviously sewed in this stitch, which I feel like you can tell if I point it out, but I think like when it's just on, like I don't think anyone's gonna notice it, and it doesn't bother me enough really. Like I feel like my hair will kind of cover it anyway, but as long as it's secure it just doesn't bother me as much, like because this yarn is like fluffy and it doesn't have like the, I don't know, most extreme stitch definition. I feel like it's fine, but I really love the colour of this and I feel like it looks nice with my hair. So yeah, I'm glad that this one's done. It is serving the purpose of what I wanted. It's just something to like throw on and just be comfortable, and it's so soft. I think the sleeves are maybe like a tiny bit too short. Not even too short, but just I could maybe do with like an extra centimetre or 2 centimetres of length, but nothing crazy. I'm not gonna rip it back and knit anymore. I just hope that as I wear this, these will sort of get longer anyway. And then when it comes to when I actually have to like wash this again, I will probably again just like stretch the sleeves and just like leave the body flat. But yeah, the only thing I will say is that like I did pull this when I blocked it, but like These stitches are still quite tight. This is such a weird angle. But obviously, yeah, these are the increase points, but I do feel like they are a smidge tight, which is why I think the sleeves don't sit as far down, because like when I pull the sleeves in either direction, like I can feel that these rows of the increases are quite tight, but it's fine. It really doesn't bother me enough. I have been knitting some more on this guy, which I feel like doesn't look like a lot of progress because it is so curled up on itself. But obviously as the yoke's getting bigger, my rounds are getting longer, so it is taking like a little bit longer every round. But I'm almost ready to split for sleeves. It doesn't really look like it at the minute, but obviously because this is gonna sit a bit lower, and then because this is so bunched up, like I've been using I bought some barber cords when I was in Denmark, so you like pop them onto the end of your needles and then you can like pull stitches onto them so you can try things on. And yeah, I feel like I'm close to splitting for sleeves, but I'm trying not to knit on this because the priority is the content I need to make. So yeah, this is how this one is looking. I really love the colour of this as well. I don't know, I think I suit like warmer tones, to be honest. Saying that though, I feel like I do like, I never really thought I liked wearing blue that much, but I actually do think that it looks alright, I don't know. But yeah, so really this is the main thing I have going on. I don't think I've made any progress on my boyfriend's jumper, but let me show you anyway. Honestly, the ball of yarn of this is on the floor under a pile of stuff, so I just hope that it doesn't pull on anything badly. Yeah, I don't know if I've updated much on this, but it's not looking too much different, to be fair. So yeah, I actually really like this navy. Obviously this is just the raglan as well. I feel like this isn't really going to look like much until we start splitting for sleeves, but I think it's cute. I need him to come around and try this on, honestly, because I'm like a bit, I don't know, if this fits over his head then it's fine. I feel like it should, but I don't know, I don't really make men's clothes, so it's a bit of like a new territory for me, I guess. But yeah, I feel like today's going to be like a lot of the same as yesterday. Like I need to film my hobby content, and yesterday I filmed my like Denmark yarn haul. Like I said, I've been doing Instagram photos, so I haven't been doing actually too much like physical knitting, but I'm really hoping I can get all of my like content stuff done today. I'm working tomorrow, and then my boyfriend's got like is playing a gig in the evening, but then Sunday I think we'll be getting back to making and also getting back to my pattern, because guys, I'm so close, but the content is the priority above all else. So yeah, I have been knitting like a bit in the evenings, but I kind of want things like checked off this week and then we can get back to it. So yeah, I actually have my granny jacket like in front of me here because I was just taking some pictures in it. So yeah, if you don't know what I have been talking about, this is she. I feel like it's hard to show when this is open. She's got like a little collar, button stand, and then yeah, this is what she looks like. This is alpaca as well, same as the jumper. What is on my face? I feel like that was a bit of thread, but we need to get back to filming, so I'm gonna have to go, but I'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm not even joking, I feel so tired after doing all that content today. I feel like I'm getting a little bit ill, to be honest. Obviously not from that, just in general. And there is a fly that will not leave my room. I've like, oh my god, there is again. I've like had the door open, the windows open, and I literally cannot get him out. So yeah, I think I'm literally gonna sit and edit these videos pretty much, and then work on some more knits later, because I just feel like I deserve it, to be honest. I feel like I've ticked a lot off of my to-do list. There's like one video that I have left to do, but I feel like that will be fine to do on Sunday because I'm working tomorrow's Saturday, and then I'm off Sunday. And I checked the weather forecast and it's meant to be cloudy but not rainy, so I think it will be fine. I might even sit in the garden for that one. But oh my god, yeah, I literally feel done in. Definitely feel like I'm getting a bit like run down. Alright, so it's obviously quite a bit later now, but I basically am almost ready to split for sleeves, if not ready to split for sleeves on this. So yeah, I thought I'd just quickly show. Obviously this is still just essentially the yoke, but I feel like when it's on you can kind of see more that like the neckline literally doesn't sit all the way up here. It's just sort of like a bit of a mock neck. Also, like, don't mind the fact that 2 of my fingernails have just popped off, so I need to stick them back on. But yeah, this is how she's looking. Not too much to say, just wanted to update before I do split. I feel like I may even put in a lifeline, because basically the problem that I've got is that my front and backs are a good length now, but I feel like my sleeves are maybe still like a smidge short. So I think what I'll do is probably put in a lifeline, connect, and if she's too small on the sleeves, we'll just have to frog back. Obviously I am gonna cast on stitches after the arm, but yeah, this is where we are at. I'm trying to like relax and like, you know, I've had a productive 2 days, so I'm like, I'll relax and knit, and then now this is stressing me out because I don't follow patterns, and so I have to figure out my own things, which is not always fun, but it will be rewarding if it actually pays off. So I don't know that I've actually updated this weekend. It's Sunday currently. It is about 6:20 in the evening, and I was at work yesterday. I normally only work like 1 Saturday a month, so like I really can't complain, but it has like kind of thrown off my week a little bit, just because I'm used to having like Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But as you can see, I've currently got no nails, which is like a bit of a jump scare. But I'm just gonna sit down and make myself a new set now. I honestly have just been really tired the last couple of days, like for no particular reason. I've been making some like extra content that I needed to do like for hobby and just various other bits. My boyfriend was playing a gig last night, so I just feel like I haven't actually like chilled. Like every second has just been like doing something or like taking up brain space, like thinking of content, and then I've been like working on different projects and just, yeah, various bits and bobs. So I do not feel like doing any sort of like intricate elaborate set, but I just thought we'd do a little nails bit because I really love making fake nails. So these are the tips that I'm using. These are honestly my favorite ones, because I find that the sizes in them literally fit my nails perfectly. So like, then they probably won't be for everyone. Like I will say the biggest size on them fits my thumb, and if you have bigger hands than me or bigger nails than me, like it probably won't fit. They're cheap. I honestly don't use anything crazily expensive for my nails because I do just make them as press-ons and then just stick them on. Obviously actual nail techs I'm sure will use much nicer ones, but I just put them like on these little stands and then paint them, cure them and stick them on. I did for most of the year actually do my nails as like actual gel extensions, so I did like UV cure them to my fingers, and then I would paint them while they were on, which is fine. But I found that like, because I like doing really funky stuff on my nails, firstly it was like harder to paint because obviously like when you do your dominant hand it is just sort of harder to paint, and also because I work as a seamstress and we have like the steam irons, they would pop off really bad. It was probably like the glue that I was using wasn't the best, but I found that actually doing them as press-ons works better. So I bought this new, like, I have actually like ruined the like seal cap on this. I couldn't get it off. Like this is a metallic paint, so I'm just gonna do like basically all metallic bases and then stars over the top, because the last set that I did I really like loved the stars that were on them. So this is like this is the set that I took off earlier. So yeah, literally just like one big star. I even had them on my pinky fingers and I just think they look really cute and they're pretty easy. So I normally have like a different design on every nail, but these are all just going to be the same because I actually can't be bothered for anything else, but I do just feel like so naked without my nails. So yeah, I have also made some progress on some of my whips, but not loads. I'm only working on those two raglans at the minute, really, and the pair of socks. So the pink one for me, the blue one for my boyfriend, and then obviously the red socks. So I think the last I showed you of my pink jumper was when I was splitting for sleeves and putting the lifeline in, and I haven't made any more progress on that. I think I've made a little bit of progress on my boyfriend's jumper. I can't even open this, but it just looks the same. It's just like an inch or two longer on the yoke. So yeah, really not too much there. But yeah, I don't know, I do just feel like a bit tired the last couple of days. It's probably like because obviously the seasons and stuff are changing. It's been like really cold here in England. Sorry, I'm like doing this as I'm talking. So yeah, I think it's just like affecting everyone a little bit, making everyone kind of a little bit tired. And then yeah, like I said, just all the like little extra bits and bobs I've had going on, like had to edit my Denmark vlog this week, which like honestly like doing YouTube and Instagram and like things like that actually takes so much time like behind the scenes, and it can actually be pretty tiring. Like I'm just currently, like my iPad is on my desk with me uploading that video, and like I was all ready to upload it. It was like edited by Friday. It's like, yeah, lovely. Just went to upload it and was like, oh my god, I haven't made a thumbnail, which sounds like so silly, but it's just all these little things, especially when you like work full-time as well. I'm sure even if you do YouTube full-time, it's still pretty tiring, but I feel like it's not really something that like you expect when you get into like starting to do content. And especially like I feel like I'm quite early on like with my YouTube channel. I think we're on like 830 odd subscribers now, which like is amazing to see how far it's come in the last few months. Oh my god. And yeah, thank you so much like everyone that has like subscribed and like comments and stuff. Like I think that is like my favorite part of like the online like knitting community and everything. It's just how much like people like comment on each other's stuff, and you get to like speak to new people, and yeah, that is definitely like the best part about it. But like, oh my god, it is honestly so much work. And another thing, right, so like I started my Instagram pre-COVID, so I learnt to crochet before COVID, got quite big, I would say, like through sort of like COVID times. I think really that's when a lot of people that were like starting their like crochet Instagrams and stuff like did start to get quite popular. These are just going in the lamp with a base coat, by the way. And yeah, like it was so great. Like the engagement was amazing, which like obviously it kind of was because everyone was just at home scrolling through like social media. Like of course everything was going to be like Gucci, but then even after COVID, like before I went to uni, even like through my first year, like my engagement was still like really good pretty much. And then I just honestly like being at uni, even though I did fashion, just didn't really feel like I had anything to post. Like I wasn't working on personal projects really at all because the course was just taking up so much of my time, which I loved my uni course, don't get me wrong. But then coming back to Instagram, sort of, I guess I posted like sporadically. I posted in third year of my collection stuff, which didn't do as well engagement wise, which is like fair enough because my page at that point had gone from crochet to like machine knit and like sewn garments and stuff, so I was expecting there to be sort of like a bit of a lull. Then after that I again didn't post on there for like probably about a year, and it was only really, I guess, in April, May of this year that I got back onto like the Instagram and like really started my YouTube and like have really been putting in the effort into it again, because like above all else you have got to enjoy it, right? Like I used to love doing my Instagram, especially when I was like actually selling garments and selling patterns, and it was just like, I think things like that are like a snowball effect. Like you get one success and then I don't know, like as your page grows like organically, like more and more things sort of follow. I had like really great opportunities come. I did like a thing with Will and the Gang. I had a Polaroid camera sent to me for free, and I basically had to make a case for it, and like free yarn and stuff from companies, which is all fab. And don't get me wrong, like this sounds so ungrateful because I do still get opportunities. Like I've been working with Hobby, I've had like yarn sent to me from like We Are Knitters, from Onling, which that yarn was like incredible. That's probably like the nicest yarn that I have ever been sent. But honestly, like the engagement side of Instagram is so different now. Like obviously in that time frame there has been sort of a huge shift towards like making reels and stuff, which I don't mind, but again there's so much more work than I think they look like. I love Instagram for photos. That is what in my mind Instagram is for. If you want to make little short form content, I feel like for me that is where TikTok really shines. So yeah, it's like, but do you know what it is as well? It's like, it's not even just necessarily like the engagement is low, because the proportion of people that see my things compared to how many people say like or comment or interact with them in any way is like relatively high. The problem that I have is that Instagram just shows my posts to like such a low percentage of my like following. So I have like basically I don't know, like 13,500 followers. Feels like a weird way to say it, like 13.6k, right? And like I would look at my reach sometimes on my posts and it would be like 3,000 people, or like not even that, like 1,500 people have seen this post, and it's just like, that's not even like, I don't know, sometimes it's like 10% of like the people that follow me, and that is just crazy to me. It just makes me think as well, like how many accounts do I follow that I haven't seen their posts in years, that I've forgotten about, because Instagram just always shows me like suggested stuff and like reels from accounts that I don't follow. And yeah, that's great if you constantly want to be exposed to like new content and new things, but like I follow people for a reason and I want to see their stuff. And yeah, it's just like, how many people follow me that like don't even know that I still post on Instagram, right? Because Instagram just doesn't show them anything. I don't know, it's just, it is kind of annoying, especially like now that I'm trying to get back into, I'm trying to really get back into it, get back into like writing up some patterns, and hopefully there will be a lot more kind of to come in the future. And yeah, like I can't even imagine how stressful that is for people that actually do this full time. So I have said before, in fact I just think I just said it a minute ago, but I work as a seamstress, so I do have like a full-time job. This is sort of what I do as like a bit of a hobby, but yeah, like I literally can't imagine how stressful that is for people that actually completely rely on Instagram and other social medias to like run their like online business, because it is stressful even when it is not your main form of income. Like I was watching Jamie Creates recently, one of her vlogs, and like she was saying that she's just got a part-time job because like obviously like pretty much the same thing, relying on Instagram and things like that. It's just like actually not it at the minute. So yeah, I guess this is just like a little random rant really about just, yeah, the Instagram algorithm, it really does sort of like kick you in the teeth a bit. I feel like it's really hard to know like exactly what it is they want, and even if you do exactly what they want, like it feels like you just sort of like fighting a bit of a uphill battle with that one. Also, this is how they're kind of turning out. They're just like fully, like they're kind of mirrored, I guess. It's quite cool actually. There is definitely bubbles in my base coat, but I'm not bothered enough to start a new set. But yeah, I don't know, I would love to know like other people's sort of thoughts on Instagram now. I guess like if you haven't been posting since like pre-COVID, this probably isn't such a drastic thing that you would notice. But even like if you guys like arty stuff, Paloma the Peach, she has like a very big YouTube following, but that's not necessarily knit and crochet. But even in one of her recent vlogs, she was like, oh, we all know that like, you know, Instagram isn't what it used to be pre-COVID. So yeah, I don't know, I would just love to know what people's thoughts are on Instagram and things like that. And if like, do you turn on post notifications for certain creators, and like why, and like what makes you necessarily interact with like some posts over others? Because I feel like I like loads of stuff, like tap the like button on loads of stuff, and then I'll like save things that I really want to like refer back to later. But and I do have post notifications on for certain accounts, just that people that I know that I always love their stuff and that I don't want to not be shown their new things. So yeah, I don't know, let me know your thoughts. This has gone on for like 15 minutes now. I'm just gonna carry on painting these nails. I guess I can show you like when they're done, but yeah, I don't know, if anyone has any thoughts or feelings on all of that sort of thing, then definitely let me know. So this is the first coat on the stars. I feel like they look really cute. Obviously, because it's gel, you do have to do like a couple of layers for the colour. But yeah, I really like this metallic as well. I think it's come out quite cute. They look like mirrored, although I did have to use acetone to like clean up some of the star points, and I don't know if it's like affected the metallic, so we will see. So it's Monday. I have just got home from work, but I have been working quite a bit on my boyfriend's Christmas present jumper, just trying to put in all of the ends. So this is how far I've gotten on the yoke. I don't know if you can see, like obviously the bottom's level and then the top has German short rows. I feel like this looks so silly as it is, because obviously the rib just cinches everything in. But if you can imagine, like obviously when I block this, she's gonna really open up. This is gonna take so long, I can already tell, because like this is not far off where I would normally split for sleeves. Maybe it's still like a little bit short, but obviously for him it's gonna have to be quite a bit more. So I'm currently on my third ball of the Let Loopy, I don't know how you pronounce it, yarn. So yeah, joined that today, but this honestly hurts my hands to work on for like extended periods of time, because this yarn is just quite rough. So yeah, we are trying to make as good progress on this as possible, but I'm really happy with how it looks so far. I think I even said before, like I really love the shade of navy that this is, and yeah, obviously the folded collar and everything. So I think my plan for this is going to be keep knitting on the yoke, maybe finish off this ball of yarn and then mid-block and then try it on him, because I feel like it's just really misleading, like obviously where it kind of cinches so much, and like it is just this kind of weird like cone shape currently. So yeah, I'm hoping that this will just sort of block out. And then this yarn, I will say, actually dries really quickly when you block it, because I think just because it's so like dry, I don't know how to describe that, but like my gauge swatch is literally dried so quickly. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to mid-block this soon. I also haven't made any more progress on this, but this is what I'm going to be working on tonight, because honestly I just need a little bit of a break. I just want to do something for myself. So yeah, I think the last clip of this, you'll have seen I was just putting in a lifeline, which is what this grey yarn is. This is just some of my scrap Nord left over from my cables cardi. So yeah, I'm gonna split for sleeves tonight and then see how that's gonna fit, basically see if we need to go back to the lifeline. That's why I haven't honestly been taking this to work, because I don't want to faff about figuring out like the sizes and stuff while I'm not at home. So that other one is still just literally knitting the yoke in the round, so it's not too much of a stress. But if I can get onto the body, then at least I sort of know where I'm at. I am also considering at some point maybe mid-blocking this. I'm not sure, it might be a bit easier once I've connected for the body, but obviously because I'm anticipating some of this neck to sit lower down, hopefully once I've connected under the arms it will sit lower and it'll be easier to kind of try on. But obviously there is a lot of stitches on these needles currently, so I've been having to attach the barber cords, which is fine, but also because it's stocking out I do just find that they're harder to try on. Like at least with this it lays flat because it's ribbing, whereas obviously you can like see the difference so clearly here, like this is curling massively. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work on this tonight. It's also just so much softer, I'm not even gonna lie, like the experience of knitting it is just nicer and gentler on my hands. So yeah, I've also been making some good progress on my pattern, which is like nice to say. I do feel like I'm making good progress on it. I had to stop today because I made my size charts on, or like my construction charts on Procreate, and then I downloaded them to my iPad, but because they were saved, like they're on my iCloud and we get like literally no internet at work, so I actually couldn't access, I couldn't get them onto the Google Docs document. But yeah, I've nearly finished writing up the written pattern for all the sizes, so I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a pat on the back. But oh yeah, here's my nails also. This is what they look like. This is not the best silver polish, I will say. It is definitely already flaking in some areas, and this is with a top coat, but that's what you get for buying cheap nail stuff. But yeah, I don't know, I think they look cute, so I'll update when either of these progress in any way. So it's Tuesday and I have made more progress on this. I thought I'd actually put it on and sort of show what it looks like, because I think it looked like a whole load of nothing before, to be honest. So obviously I think the last clip I showed was just before I split for sleeves. So this is my lifeline, this grey row here, which I am going to take out, but I'm just trying not to lose any stitches here. This is what she currently looks like. So obviously I've connected under the arms for the body, and yeah, I've just run out of, because I'm holding this double, I've just run out of my like third and fourth balls of yarn, so like my second sort of held double. So I think from here I am going to just start working on the sleeves, because basically the idea for this is I want to have like huge splits in the side, so the front and back are going to be knit obviously flat, and then yeah, the sleeves will be in the round. So I'm thinking of just getting the sleeves out of the way, and then I can basically split whatever yarn I have left for the front and back on the body. And I also need to figure out what I want to do for the edges of the pieces, because I don't just want to leave it stocking out right up until the edge. Obviously I know you can like block things flat, but I find that over time it still does curl a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe of doing some double knitting like as a bit of a band, like you would with like a button band. But yeah, I'm just not sure. So instead of getting caught up on that, I think we are just gonna basically continue on with the sleeves. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this one's coming out. I find as well, like with raglans, obviously because you sort of have knit down to here, the sleeves don't take as long anyway. So yeah, that is the plan for this one. I'm really proud of like the like German shorts and everything on this one. I feel like obviously the tension's going to flatten out a little bit, but just the way that this like neck sits so round, and yeah, I guess I can kind of stand up, so this is where we're at. Obviously the back is curling, but yes, I'm getting really hot now. I need to take this off. So obviously this jumper isn't for me, but I guess I can show you this on as well. So this is where I'm at on my boyfriend's jumper. So obviously this is quite a bit big for me, which is to be sort of expected. Oh god, I'm like tangling up all the yarn between these projects now. But yeah, this is where I'm at. So like, again, I think, like I said, this has German short rows, but I think at this point I'm going to mid block because I took his measurement here, but I'm concerned that like when I stretch out the rib, these are going to get longer, and I don't want to basically give him really low like armholes. So I'm gonna mid block this yarn does dry pretty quick anyway. Hopefully that will be kind of dry by the next time I see him, and then get him to try this on. So I won't really be able to work on this until then, which is like, it's fine, I'll just work on my own project. But yeah, this is just what she's looking like. I actually had a comment on one of my vlogs today asking if I would make content specifically on like how I go about like designing my own pieces and how to like basically custom make pieces, I guess, like how to work out stitches and fit and that sort of thing. So if people are interested in that sort of thing, I would definitely be able to do a video. But yeah, obviously let me know in the comments if that's something that you might be interested in. It wouldn't be like specifically like, you know, giving you specific stitch counts and garments and stuff, but just sort of working out like from your own body measurements or from like pieces that you already own and like yarns that you want to use, and like figuring out how to kind of like start off the pieces and that sort of thing. So yeah, I would be happy to do that. Just obviously you'll have to let me know. So it is Wednesday night currently, so I have obviously been at work again today. Also, just can I say, this is like day 5 or day 6 hair since I blowed it out on last week, end of last week, when I dyed my hair. This is holding up so well. But anyway, yeah, it's Wednesday. So at work this week we've literally had like hardly any alterations come in. Like I worked through them quicker than we're getting them in, so it means I've cleared everything and I was able to get some knitting done. So obviously when I updated last night on my jumper, I had just basically been knitting the body rows. I'd like done the yoke. So now I've pretty much got a whole sleeve. So I actually, which if I put the last clip in you might have seen, but I'm not sure because it was quite short. Basically I knit down and then I decided I wanted to make a longer cuff, but the sleeve was already a bit long, so I ended up ripping back to like further up from where my cuff was, and then I've just been re-knitting the rib on the cuff. So I think I've got like maybe 10 more rows, or I guess rounds, of the cuff, and then I'm gonna do an Italian cast off. So yeah, this sleeve is for sure gonna be done tonight, and then I'm just gonna start on the other one basically. I will say as well, obviously I'm holding this double, so this is still balls, what is this, 1 2, this is 5 and 6, so we're doing pretty well. I always overbuy yarn, so I always overbuy yarn, and then I always worry that I'm going to run out, and then I don't often actually run out, like sometimes, but not a lot. Sorry, that was my laptop. I bought 15 balls of the alpaca because obviously I'm holding it double, plus basically there's going to be a lot of double knit, there's gonna kind of be a lot of double knit, and then also like, because I want it to have ties at the side, I don't want to do them in I-cord, I want to do them in double knit so that they're like kind of relatively thick, like maybe 1 inch or like 1.5 inches thick. So I just wanted to buy enough to make sure that I had enough basically to do the back and front to the length that I want, and then also be able to make all of the, like, I don't even know what to call them, like basically the strings, but they're not really strings because it's going to be quite chunky, the same length. So yeah, we will just keep going on this. I'll obviously update the further along that I get of this, but yeah. I actually love this colour that I did with my hair. I mean, honestly, it's like slightly patchy in places, like here definitely. Oh god, look, you can really see that. I obviously missed a little bit here, or actually what I think it is I used heat on my hair straight after dyeing it, and so like this whole patch on the top here, I must have really put a lot of heat on that. Okay, anyway, you're not here for the hair dye, so I'll check back in with this when we have maybe done a second sleeve. Okay, it's Thursday, which means I am done with actual work for the week. Saying that, there was also no work today at work, so of course we have kind of made pretty good progress on this jumper. So I have, this is going to be kind of hard to show, but I have finished both sleeves. So this is where she's at currently. So both the cuffs are just, again, 1x1 rib with Italian cast off. I don't think you're going to be able to really, this will focus, but I'm hoping with blocking that I will kind of stretch these out just like a smidge, so that they're kind of like more in line with the sleeve instead of like cinching so much. I don't know if this is gonna work very well to show you, but yeah, so like you can kind of see like at the minute it does sort of like come out from the cuff, which I kind of want it to be, just want it to be more like flat, but that's definitely something that can be achieved with blocking, so I'm not too concerned, because this is 100% alpaca. It's the Drops alpaca held double, so I know that you can kind of fiddle with it once it's wet, but I literally can't believe how quick I have done this, considering I've also obviously been working on my boyfriend's jumper, which in the morning I think I'm gonna mid block it, just to see like sort of where the measurements are at. Same like with this neck, like obviously it's sort of doing the same thing as the sleeves, but I am gonna block it so that it more sort of sits flat at like the base of the neck, so it's just more of like a mock neck rather than like a turtleneck. But yeah, she is really cute. So now I'm actually not going to work on that right this second. I'm actually going to make a new set of nails, which I literally only put this set on Sunday, which you would have seen. It's only Thursday. I don't like normally take off my nails this quick. I normally leave my press-ons for like 2 weeks, and then like if things pop off I'll just like file them down and like reapply. However, that silver that I used as the base, don't know if you can see, let me put a light on, see if it helps, but like this finger, you can see it's like completely like chipped the like top coat, and it's like completely peeled away from like basically my second coat of the silver. This never happens to me in normal gel. Like the other ones seem to be doing okay, but like they are chipping, and I think it is because I use the silver as like I use like an actual base coat, but then this is like the base coat of colour. So yeah, although they're cute, I just know that these are gonna continue to chip, so I'm gonna just make another set. I might not put them on tonight, I might do, I'm not sure, but I think in future I will need to apply the silver in a different way maybe, but yeah, not too pleased with that. This never normally happens. And you can see like where I had to use acetone to like shape some of the blue better, it like took away like the top layer of that coat, even though they were like fully cured and everything. So this needs to go. Like here you can, I don't know if that's gonna come up super visibly, but yeah, it's just not looking good. So I'm gonna make a new set just so that I have something to change into. I think I'm gonna finish listening to my audiobook. So like I'll quite often like listen to audiobooks in the car, like as I'm driving to and from work. So it's about like a 40-hour drive each way. I've been listening to the Ember in the Ashes series, which I have been reading for absolute years. I think I've read the first two like physically like 2 or 3 times, because I read the first one when it was just the first one. Then when the second one came out, I reread the first one and the second one. Did the same for the third one, which is the one that I'm literally just about to finish. I think I'm like 20 minutes away from finishing the audiobook. But I've never completed the fourth one, and obviously you'll be able to see like in all of my videos I have a lot of books and I don't spend too much time physically reading anymore because I am constantly knitting and crocheting, but they're on Libby as audiobooks, so I've been wanting to finish that series forever. So yeah, I think I'm literally going to listen to the last 20 minutes of that and then maybe put on like Gilmore Girls or some YouTube or something. But yeah, just having a bit of a chill one to end the work week, get my nails done, and yeah, obviously I'm off from tomorrow for, well, I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so hopefully we'll make some more good progress. Like I said, obviously I need to block my boyfriend's jumper and just various other bits and bobs that I will take you along for. Okay, like low-key, I'm actually so happy that I changed my nails because I really love these new ones that I just did. So they're kind of shiny because I just put cuticle oil on, but this is just what they look like. So I had this little sticker sheet of like all these little like flowers and stuff, I don't know. So I just picked out the ones that were primarily florals, and then this one, I don't know if you can see, has like this little praying mantis on it, and then like this one is like a little flower pot. This one's like a vase with a flower in it, which kind of like looks like my lamp. Oh, you can't see that. And then this one's like flowers, and then obviously it's another pot, and then just some other little flowers, and then yeah, obviously the other nails I just nail up, but I think they're really cute, so I am glad that I changed them. So I've got a couple of bits to update on, none that are actually related to any of my current whips. So firstly, which is the one I feel a little bit guilty about, I told myself after Denmark I was going on a yarn ban. If you saw the haul, damage was done. I knew going to Denmark I was going to spend money, put the money aside, etc, etc. I was like, that's it for the year. I have like way over enough jumper quantities and garment quantities of yarn. I seriously, it will last me till the end of the year. There's no way it wouldn't. However, I have always wanted to try Noro yarns, and specifically the Madara in the sake colourway. Well, I was perusing the internet and found some on Etsy. I was like, oh, it's the one thing I always told myself if I found it I would just buy it. Anyway, so it turns out it's from Australia, but I did buy it anyway. So I have bought 7 of the hanks of it. Obviously it's not going to come for a couple of weeks, but when I tell you, I am so excited for that to come. So yeah, I do feel like a smidge guilty because obviously I am on a yarn ban, but that is it. That is the only exception, because you cannot get that colourway in the UK currently. Like, it's literally been sold out for like over a year. Like, you literally can't get it. So I am really happy with that. Also, I don't think I showed you them on my hands. These are my new nails. I think they're really cute. They're like kind of these like Japanese sticker things, but yeah, okay. New nails, super cute. So me and my boyfriend went to charity shops today, and I picked up this like print, which I thought about replacing one of the books on my shelf with, but I don't know, because I don't know which one I want to take off. So we've got to find somewhere to put this. I don't know, I think the colours that go with my room actually matches my nails now that I think about it. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty. It was like literally £3, and I also got a top, but it's gone in the wash. And then lastly, I would like some opinions on this, if anyone has actually made it this far in the video, because I know these do tend to be a little bit long. So I don't know if you watched one of my last vlogs, I think it even might have been the last one, or like maybe the one before Denmark. I started making some stitch markers, and like, oh my god guys, I have got so many beads, like just random charms and things, and I want to make some more with the intention to hopefully sell some as sets. And obviously with Christmas coming up, like, I think they'd be really cute little things. So I would just like your opinion. So at the time being, they would be sold on Etsy. I do want to get a website up and running, but like once we've like settled into it a little bit. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I'll just show you what these look like. So we've got these little like just plain cardboard boxes. Obviously I would have to ship these in something bigger, because I do not trust that this wouldn't get lost in the mail. So these would probably be like in an envelope, but the stitch markers come in these little boxes. They just like undo. Oh, this is backwards. Okay, I'm sure you can still picture it like the same. So obviously it just says thank you, Fashion by Beth, which are these really cute stickers that I got made. Obviously they're just quite minimal, but I didn't want to go too over the top with like the branding, because I do kind of want it to be like, I don't know, I didn't want my brand to come across as childish, I guess. But okay, anyway, so besides the point, we got this. And then basically I bought these little like drawstring bags. So obviously these just come out of the pot, and then this would be what they look like. So I just chucked these ones in. I don't think these even all match like in terms of like the actual ring size, because I have different like, how can I show? Okay, so like you can kind of see that like I have different ring sizes depending on like obviously chunky or like thinner needles. But how do I show this? Okay, so this is just like an example of a set, right? I should probably hold these up, that'll be easier. So like these, for example, are just like these little stars. And then yeah, like I said, obviously I've got so many different like beads and stuff. But just in terms of, firstly, the idea of actually selling them, would anyone be interested? And then secondly, in terms of packaging, do you think that this is cute enough? Because I don't want to wrap them in anything like really plasticky or things like that. I just think it's such like a waste of packaging. Like, having worked in retail, like, you do just realize fucking how much goes to waste. So yeah, obviously this is just cardboard, and then you can just keep them in the little bag. You can even add, like, if you have obviously some of your own stitch markers at home, or like, this is a set of 4, but I'm thinking maybe of listing 4 and 8, or maybe like 4, 6 and 8. My thoughts with 8 is that, like, if you're doing a raglan, and like, because I primarily use stitch markers for my raglans, so like if you have a big increase point and maybe it's like a couple of stitches away, then you want like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Or like even like the raglan that I've just knit, like I had say like you also have like your start and end of row, and then say if you're like knitting on the body and then you want to do a sleeve, and then you have your sleeve start and end of row, or like literally anything, like stitch repeats. And then, oh yeah, that's another thing. So these are obviously the ones that come on like rings. Like I primarily use this type of stitch marker, oh my god, that you just literally slip onto your needle, right? Because I just find that they're the easiest to knit over. I don't like the ones that are like really plasticky and like chunky, but I also have got some with like, you know, like the little clasps, like what you would have on like a necklace or something, so that you can, like, if you've knit past a certain point, you can like clip to see like where repeats are, for example. Like you can clip like on in the middle of your cables, and then, you know, like how many rounds like you've done, or like how many rows you've done, and you can like do the next one, whatever. So yeah, obviously this isn't showing you like everything that I've got, but any feedback would be much appreciated, because obviously I've sold patterns before, and I've sold like physical garments, so I have sold items, and I've sold like, I don't know, just like weird like commissioned bits. Like someone commissioned me to punch needle some pockets because they were making something, they wanted punch needle pockets, so I literally just, yeah, anyway. But I've never sold any sort of like physical items in terms of like notions or like smaller things like this. So yeah, if anyone has feedback or thinks that these, I don't know, would be like a cute thing, then let me know, because honestly I have so many like just beads and like random things that I think could be really cute little stitch markers and things like that, so let me know. I feel like this is where this jumper is gonna start looking a bit funny, just for the meantime. I feel like this camera's not straight. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. So obviously, I think I already showed, I finished both the sleeves while I was at work, so I am obviously hoping to block these like a little bit wider and longer. They are already like to my sort of like hand length, but yeah, I think we're definitely gonna stretch these like just a smidge, but like alpaca grows on its own, so that's no stress. This has definitely lowered like I thought it would, so I'm glad that I did it thicker. But basically here is where I'm starting to knit the front and the back separately. So basically casted off I don't know how to show this, I've casted off stitches under the arm. You can see like where this needle cable begins and where this one is. So I have just finished another 2 balls of yarn, because obviously I'm holding this double. So I'm going to stand up, hopefully you can see this better. So don't mind my tracksuit bottoms. This is where the front is. So obviously I've knit like this much flat, maybe like about 5 or 6 centimeters I would say, but this is obviously curling. The back is still where we left off, well, where I left off I guess, in the round. So basically the plan is to like knit this flat until, well, knit this down a bit and then do like a chunky, like quite a thick portion of rib, so like I don't know, maybe like this much, and then do the exact same for the back. And then I want to do double knit borders on either piece and then attach the double knit straps. We're gonna have to do like 4 bits of double knit edging and then 4 bits of double knit like strings, I guess. So yeah, I feel like progress from here is gonna look weird because nothing's in the round. So like obviously the front, like it looks like I have done more than I actually have. I haven't been knitting for too long this evening, just because I've been doing other stuff, but I think it's cute. I think if I was to re-knit this, I think what I would do is I would maybe do a drop shoulder instead of a raglan. I don't know that yet for sure, because obviously I haven't seen what this is gonna look like finished, so honestly like it might be fine. I just think that it would make more sense if like, because I'm knitting the front and back like flat, like mostly, I feel like it would have just made more sense to just basically have like the seams running like down from the arm, cast on underneath, and then basically just go back to that initial measurement. Whereas obviously because I did this raglan, like it is a bit different, but I think it still looks cute. I like the colour. Like I said, like obviously everything looks a bit weird like before you block it, but I think it will still turn out cute anyway. I think what's throwing me off is like these sleeves, but if we can imagine, they'll be longer and they'll be like wide. I'm looking a little rough because we have not long woken up, but it is what's it today? Today's Saturday morning, so I today really need to mid-block the jumper that I'm making for my boyfriend. So this is where we're at currently. So I've just literally got some like scrap yarn on a needle, and I'm just gonna slip all of these stitches onto the scrap yarn basically. I know that you can do this with barber cord, and I did recently buy some, but I don't think that they are gonna be long enough to hold this whole circumference. Like, they're good to slip onto your needles to like extend the cables you've already got, but I don't think they're gonna be long enough on their own. And I did this when I did my cables cardigan and it worked out fine. Just don't use anything that's like super like grippy or that's gonna like stick to each other. So this is just the scrap from my drops Nord, so I think it will be fine. But yeah, I need to mid-block this because I tried it on him and I feel like we're either at the point where I need to split for the body and sleeves, or maybe like a few more rows, but I don't want to make it like too big. Like, honestly, if I can make this smaller and block it bigger, then like happy days. But I feel like I've got another like sort of busy day today. He's getting a tattoo and I'm going with him, so obviously won't really be able to like do that much then. But this weekend I really want to try and crack down and just finish my pattern, because the actual written pattern's done. The only thing I've got to do left is just like work out the yarn estimations and then do the like written pattern for just like the ribbing basically, like both the crochet and knit versions. But all of the actual sizes are charted. They all have like a corresponding like written pattern. So yeah, like the bulk of it is done. But yeah, I'm hoping basically to like make up a granny square and then like deconstruct it and like kind of work out roughly how much yarn it will take, because obviously I can say like how much. So my samples were the size A, like obviously when this pattern comes out, so I know how much I used for that, but I actually have no idea how much I used for the acrylic version, because it was just with scraps, and honestly it was over a year ago and I didn't know how much of each scrap that I had, so I couldn't have really like documented it anyway. So yeah, I'm really hoping to get that done. I have made more progress, like only a little bit on the front of my like this one, like the dark pink alpaca one. So yeah, hopefully this weekend we can maybe make a little bit more progress on that, but that one's not a priority. So yeah, I guess I'll let you know if when we've done some of that, and we shall just see how far we are able to get. So even though I told myself last night that I was gonna sit and write on my pattern, I got a bit carried away. So you know when you're like knitting and you're like, I'll just do one more row, and then I like finished the stockinette and I was like, I'll just do 10 rows of the rib. And then I was like, let's just get halfway, and I kept setting my timer like 15 minutes. And anyway, I did not work on any more of my pattern. I finished the front of my jumper. I feel like this kind of yeah, this does look weird, right? So this is where we're at with no back. So obviously, because the idea for this is to have it split with the bows, obviously this front and back bit is separate, and then you can see here where I've like casted off stitches like under the arm. So it does look strange. It looks really weird to wear currently as well, because obviously this like bottom rib is obviously really, I don't know how to show you, it's really cinching this panel. So obviously when I block this, I'm gonna really sort of stretch this out flat. There's gonna be like a double knit border either side as well, but yeah, the front of this is done. I did make up a granny square and take it apart, I will say. So I just need to do the calculations today. However, you might think, oh, so you're writing your pattern? No, I don't know how this happens, but pretty much every weekend, so like every weekend I do like a full clean of my room, right? And I basically could not physically fit all of my handmade garments into any of my drawers, my wardrobe, anything, because my stash was just literally like taking over, and I was like, I need to sort this out. Obviously I donated a lot of yarn a little while ago, but with all the stuff that I bought in Denmark, it's just like, as I knit things, the yarn goes into a piece. I buy new yarn, but that's still 2 lots of yarn. So actually it just does become more and more, and there's not enough space. So I basically compiled all of my scraps into this ginormous box. So this isn't completely scraps, there is like sock yarn and stuff in here. However, I basically have a big bag of scrap mohair, a big bag of scrap wool, and then the last one is just like sock yarns and small quantities of things, because I typically make garments. My brain, when I see a yarn, never goes straight to like accessories or like home stuff or bags, anything like that. And obviously that is kind of the way for like small amounts of yarn, is you make small projects. So I wanted to start a little like TikTok, like Instagram reel maybe, series of just like basically trying to use up a lot of my scrap yarn. So obviously things that are the same yarn in bigger quantities. So like, say for example, I have a lot of leftover drops alpaca, all in different colours, but it's all the same yarn. I probably will combine them into a bigger piece, maybe something colour work, maybe something striped. But the little bits, I'm trying to make accessories, and I'm thinking maybe of writing up just some patterns for them, just like as basically stash busters for anyone, and just listing them at somewhere between like £1 and £3, like obviously depending on how simple they are, just so that I am kind of like supporting myself a little bit, but also like they are relatively, I don't want to say simple, but they're like small projects, right? Like I feel like I don't want to price an accessory like a scarf at the same price as like a whole jumper, because the complexity and the work that goes into it is just very vastly different. So I'm currently making granny squares. I have got quite a few actually. I currently have this many of these granny squares, which are all scrap yarn. It's all the same yarn base. I want to make a big old scarf with these. So this is the, I'm gonna close the window. This is the Hobbycraft cotton blend. So it's cotton and acrylic. I do not use acrylic anymore, really. I don't mind it so much for crochet. One of my granny square jackets is actually in acrylic, but I don't like using it for knit because you can't block it, and I think blocking is a lot more important for knitwear than it is for crochet, because crochet automatically lies flat. But this yarn, so this is left over from my cardigan that I made. I have a couple balls of this honestly, and then I just had a like random couple of the whites and the black. So the idea is I'm going to do the granny squares in this and then the border in the red. I definitely will not use all of the red up. This project is not going to be big enough to use all of that, but yeah, I'm currently on my last balls of this, so I'm literally just going to keep making granny squares. I'm like alternating on the colorways so that I'm using an even amount of both the black and the white, because if you do them all one way, whatever one that you start and end with, you will use more of that color. So they're gonna like alternate, and then yeah, the borders are gonna be red. But I just thought it would be a fun little thing to do, like, because I never ever know what to do with my scraps. So this is what we're doing, because I wanted to do it while it was still light so that I could actually film it, because I can work on my pattern like when in the evening later when the sun starts going down. It's not really a problem. But yeah, so today we're just going to see how far we can basically get with this project. I'm hoping to get all the squares done, maybe start putting it together. I'm not too bothered about weaving in the end today because that can be done like at any point. But yeah, this yarn is actually very soft. It is quite nice even though it's an acrylic blend, so it's also definitely like budget friendly. But yeah, I will obviously update later where I get with this, and yeah, hopefully these will be sort of coming out on my TikTok and Instagram just as like short video format essentially. So yeah. Okay, so I have made some progress. This is what it is starting to look like. I can't remember if I actually said this is going to be a scarf. So yeah, I've started obviously seaming it together. I've got quite a few granny squares, but I do still have some of the black and the white left over. So if I get to like, when I finish these, if I think it's too short, I will just make another one. But if not, I'm thinking maybe of making some matching like mittens or gloves. I don't know, I think it'll be cute. And then yeah, this is obviously from the cardigan that I made in April. So I'm basically putting borders of red around each of the granny squares so that when I seam it together, you like, there's not, say if I seamed it in white into black, you would see it on like one side. So yeah, and then I'm gonna do like an overall like border in the red. But yeah, I think this is cute. I mean, obviously she's nowhere near long enough, but if you can just like imagine. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here because it is Sunday afternoon and honestly I need to film the introduction for the next vlog while it's still sunny. So yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Let me know on the stitch markers as well, and obviously if you want to see more from me, then don't forget to like, subscribe and everything, and I'm on Instagram and TikTok with the same name at Fashion by Beth.